Okay, we are gonna be live in a moment. Are you ready?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and we are live. Yay. Finally. Good evening, everyone, and sorry for the long wait. We're just gonna double check to see if anyone is here with us. Let's know if you have any issues hearing us. You should be able to hear us pretty good. How are you all doing? If you're here with us, and apologies for the delay in starting our live session tonight. It was due to a lot of technology issues, but we're here right now. So please introduce yourselves in the comments where you're from, and hope you're as excited as we are tonight to get into this nice deal with Kende. So if you're here, please introduce yourselves in the comments, and I am going to check the comments here. Hi Meg, how are you? Okay, good evening. Okay, so I see some comments on here. I had to actually look on my phone to see that. Good evening. How y'all doing? Welcome everyone. Hi Nietzsche. Hi Shami. Okay, perfect. You said hearing you well. That's good to know. Hey Shardisha from Rhode Island. How y'all doing? Good evening. If all of you guys can please introduce yourselves in the comments and where you're from, and please say a word of welcome to Kende, please. Please welcome him on board. Welcome him. And we're looking to learn a lot and to listen up on this nice 60K profit on average estimated profit deal, and hope to learn a few things from here. So please continue to introduce yourselves in the comments. We appreciate that. Okay, so let's go on to. Hi, Kende. If you want to just go ahead and introduce yourself to us. Please go ahead while they also introduce themselves and welcome you on board.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kehinde Adebisi. Most people call me Kenny. I'm very excited to be here today. Thank you, Coach Inka, for this opportunity to share my deal with everyone. And hopefully we can all learn one or two things. Um, can I keep going? Uh,
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that's good. That's good. Let's just make sure everybody's following us. Can you hear him nice? Can you hear him okay? Okay, I see some additional people can hear us here. Perfect. If it looks like I'm looking off the camera, it's because I'm trying to see the comments, because again, my computer doesn't show me what you guys are typing, and I love to interact with you guys, and we can know how you're doing. Welcome. Babatunde, welcome. Welcome, Funke from Indiana. Welcome, Marco. Hi, Samantha. Welcome. Good evening, everyone. Okay, keep introducing yourselves. Hi, Talkback. Good evening. Keep introducing yourselves in the comments. And we probably will just get back to Kende. So how was your day though, Kende?
That was good. I just got back from work like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That was good.
Okay. Okay. So let's talk about real estate investing. And then you actually, let's first of all, talking about yourself. You did introduce yourself and you said you just got back from work. So what do you do for work currently? Or
So,
what's your profession?
okay, thank you for that. I'm a pediatrician that specializes in neonatology. So basically, I take care of premature babies and newborn that needs ICU care.
That sounds pretty cool.
Uh,
How
Thank
do you
you.
like that?
I actually enjoy it. It it's something I see myself doing for the longest time. I just want to do it not just for the money, so that, if money is coming from other stream, I'm just doing it for the love of it,
Oh,
basically.
that's good. Yeah, not a lot of people have jobs that they love. So to see that you love your job is very good. So if you loved your job so much, how did you get into real estate investing? Like, at, was there a particular moment or event that inspired you to choose real estate investing alongside your career? Or why real estate investing? I mean, you have something good going on, I think, right? And it's a pretty good job too. I mean, you work as a medical doctor with children, putting it, yeah, or babies, let's say babies. Why, what was this thing that made you feel like real estate investing was something relevant for you?
So I've actually tried my hands on quite a few things. I've always looked for ways to passively invest or, build generational wealth. Even though I can be comfortable with my salary, I want more out of life than just what a regular salary can give me. So I've tried a few things. In terms of real estate investments, it came about because we bought a house um, some time ago and we rented it out. But the tenant was giving us a lot of headache, so we decided to sell it because we didn't really have any background or any experience, and we didn't talk to anybody about real estate investment. Even though we sold the house higher than we purchased it, but the buying cost and the selling cost ate out everything, and we barely made even at the end of the day. So I think I just sold the house, and I must have Googled quite a number of things in the process. So that was how I came across an ad of Acquire Real Estate, and Yinka showed up, like, how to invest in real estate, no money down and all. So I just got glued to the ad. I watched it to the end. I put in my details to schedule a call with you. And then I think the first time I scheduled the call, I wasn't really interested anymore. So I didn't join. And then again, I think it came again, and I was like, okay, let me just join. Let me hear what she has to say. And immediately after talking to you, I knew, yeah, this is it. There's something to learn from this person. So I just went ahead and registered, and I'm glad I did. It's been since September 2024. Yeah.
That's very nice to hear. Don't I always show up? I always show up. Everyone says they saw me pop up on their screen. Well, good. So when you're talking about wanting more, I want to get a better picture because sometimes it's about the finances and sometimes it's about time. Or what would you say you were most interested in that made you decide that you wanted something in addition to what you currently do as a profession?
So I think it's a little bit of both. In terms of money, you know, I can live a pretty decent average life by just the salary of a doctor. I don't think I can truly be wealthy with it. If I'm lucky and invest properly, maybe, but I had to invest it and put it to good use to really make wealth out of my regular salary. In terms of time, even though I have the energy now, I can still, do extra shifts, do calls. I'm looking down the line in the next 10 years, in the next 15 years. I probably don't want to do as much as that, even though I'm still enjoying it. I would like to slow down. The only thing that can allow me to slow down is if I've built enough wealth to be able to take care of my family and, build a legacy. So I would say it's a little bit of both. And even if I make enough money, now I can start slowing down as soon as possible. I just, go for the love of it and not really because I have to meet certain demand or meet certain amount of money a year.
I like that. Okay. And I think for you, especially for high income earners, I think the tax benefits is a big one when you're investing in real estate on the side. Right now, you probably pay a lot of money in taxes. And with real estate investing, I can just picture what that's going to do to your tax returns, you know, against next year. So that's pretty good. Thank you for sharing that with us. If you guys
Thank
have
you.
any questions, please put those in the comments. Hi, everyone. Just going to run through the comments again. Hey, Stella, Melvin, Selam, Folake, Abby, Chukudi, Carrie. Hey, Martin. Hey, Carrie. Oh, I said Carrie already. Hi, Monique. Hi, everyone. Hi, Olajimake. Hi, T. Everyone, welcome. Okay, and tonight we're talking about Dr. Kenny's deal, and we're just trying to get an idea of what his background is like and why real estate. And you chose real estate instead of any other business. You were saying you tried your hands on different things, maybe. Aside the bad deal, the bad real estate deal that you tried, did you try any other kind of business? Were you attracted to any kind of business, or you just really wanted real estate investing?
I mean, I still invest in the stock market. I do some brokerage here
Oh,
and there. Um, and I've actually done passive real estate investment also. And I'm still currently in the deal. This big multifamily that asks you to bring some money and guarantee you some return after certain years. It was good at that time, but if I'd kept my money and use it myself, I probably would make 500% of whatever I'm making from it. So
yeah, that's so true. Nothing beats that knowledge. If you're investing passive in real estate and you have no idea how an active investor can invest and get a high return on investment, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. Just like he said, if you're like, well, it's good to partner on deals, but there are a lot of passive investment vehicles out there. But the good thing about real estate is you can also be active. So things like fix and flips, things that are short-term deals are active in nature, and you definitely get higher return on investments when you do those. That's perfect. So really the aha moments for you was really just looking at life and saying, I just realized that I wouldn't be doing this for the next 15 years. Is that when you really like thought that
yeah,
was?
absolutely. Yeah.
So did you have any doubts when you first started? What did it look like?
Yeah, I mean, the first month, I think I started early in September. And for the first month, I wasn't really doing anything. I was, doing the step by step whenever I have the time. But I think the main eye opener was the ARS summit that I attended in November. It was an eye opener, to see like-minded people, and regular people like me, to see the possibilities of what people are doing and the community, the fact that, I can, you know, rely on people to, help me check deals. I can talk to people whenever I'm confused. It was the haha moment, I would say. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I wouldn't even think that. And putting the summit together was more like, let's, as a community, let's have the first physical meetup. But it ended up being such an impactful moment for everyone. And like you said, an aha moment where you feel like, okay, I could actually do this. All the awards that went out, all the people that were doing deals that were being celebrated, and then the quality of the community. You guys, we have the best coaching students or community members ever. So helpful, so willing to go out of the way to help their fellow coaching students or members of the community. And we got to realize that even more during that first ARE summit, which is amazing. So if you haven't heard about it now, there's a physical meetup for acquired real estate, and that would happen once a year. So at some point, we're gonna send or share details on how registration will go this year, and hopefully you guys all have access um, to registration. It's a member only thing. We'll see if we would extend it. We tried to extend the last time, but we changed our mind halfway through. So we'll see if we can still extend it to non-community members. But yeah, if you're a coaching student and you're here, definitely remember we have a live meeting somewhere in the USA. at some point this year. So keep an open mind. Thank you so much, Kende, for sharing that. Okay, so now let's talk about the meats, the actual, the deal. So finding a great deal is like hunting for treasure for the most part. Well, except for what we have going on right now in the community with the ARE deal flow. But for the most part, it's like you're trying to find a treasure. So what was the story behind your deal, the current deal we're talking about, 801 Plainville? How did you find the deal? Was it like a crazy coincidence or did you have to dig for it?
So I'd register with some uh, real estate brokerage that put my name in MLS. So periodically I get email alerts from them, about deals in the area that I'm looking at. So this particular day, this just came through. And what I do is, I can just scroll down and see and kind of calculate in my head, or if the picture is looking like something I'm interested in, I'm going to click on it. So this was one of those. And I research more, I look into the Zillow, I saw the pictures, I put it in the deal analyzers. It was looking like something that was good. So I contacted my realtor to go check it for me. And he reached out and, went there, did a video, and I was like, oh, it's looking good. Then I put in an offer for it. Yeah.
Cool. Was there anything surprising about this deal at all?
Um, well, not really. It was not really, I would say. Not really. I ended up putting an offer slightly more than was asked, just because there was a lot of communication between the listing agent and my realtor, and kind of made him aware that there is another, there are two other offers. That if we want to get it, let's do this. And I just added $4,000 to it. I got it.
Okay. Which is not bad, actually. Because within the coaching program, we say if you're going to be making $40,000 or less than $40,000, you shouldn't go for the deal. So yeah, 4,000 is not a lot, but also your deal had some room to make a lower offer. So that wasn't bad at all. You didn't have to, it was on the MLS and the offer process was pretty smooth for you. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay, so going back and forth with your work and talking to the realtor, how many hours a week do you work?
So it varies a lot. It could go from
Okay.
40 to 80 hours a
Oh,
week
wow.
sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a lot.
Uh,
So
yeah.
40 to 80 hours, and you still have time to do real estate investing. So, guys, if you feel like you're too busy, this is like an example of you cannot be too busy to sort out your future. If Kende can do it, I think you can do it too, no matter how busy your schedule is. What would you say helps you to stay organized? Because you're so busy and you still have the time to do real estate investing. What would you say helps?
I think I got the toolkits from Acquire Real Estate. I know what to look for now when I'm looking at a deal. Like first, I would do, the mental calculation of 0.75 of ARV minus repair. So once that is not making sense, I won't even look at it again. You know. So the fact that I can do those things and I have a readily available deal analyzers that I can put in things and it will show me the number. So I think that helps. I wouldn't say I'm super organized yet, but it's kind of, I don't do any social media at all. If I'm on my phone, I'm probably on Zillow. Like anytime I'm bored now, I'm probably on Zillow. So, um, but it's still a work in progress. I'm trying to make sure, I'm only checking when I should, so that times are allotted for family, for work, for every other thing, and it's not eating into each other. So I would say it's a work in progress. Yeah.
That is so true. You guys, you won't even believe how much time we spend on social media for random things. Well, just scrolling alone, you can scroll for like an hour and you're not really looking for anything. You're just seeing random things happening. So if we use that 1 hour, 2 hours, or those lunch breaks to do what we should be doing for real estate investing and setting up our future, will it be worth it? Will it be worth sacrificing those times that you never even remember you used? And sometimes it can be TV, right? It's not just social media. So how much of news are you watching? And something with news, you gotta just that mood gets you get scared, you have to take charge of your emotions and just direct your energy a little bit more into what you need in life. And it has to be intentional. I like what you said about, toning down on social media. And I think that's great, especially for someone who's very busy. You definitely want to use your time wisely so that you're not counting 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and you still haven't gotten anything done. Thank you for sharing that insight. It looks little, but it goes a long way because we just don't know we're wasting a lot of time doing things that don't count. Yeah, cool. So how about the numbers on your deal? Like, in real estate investing, numbers tell the story of the deal. So if you want to walk us through the numbers so far, what do you have?
Okay, do you want me to share my screen? I have the deal analyzer or just to
Good.
talk about it. Yeah.
You could, or you can talk about it. What would you
Okay.
prefer?
All right, let me just share it so that I can look
Okay,
at the
go
numbers
ahead.
for now. Yeah. Are you able to see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see
So,
very good.
okay. All right. So, again, like I said, the property was listed for $151,000. I ended up purchasing it for 155. And the repair is currently at $29,000. So I just put 1,000 uh, extra to make it $30,000. The ARV, based on my analysis, is $280,000. I can, do you want me to show the comparables? So
It's okay.
it's
But do
okay.
you think
Okay.
that you were conservative enough with your ARV?
I think so.
Okay.
Mostly, I actually have a document.
Yeah,
There
I
is
saw
a
I
very,
saw
yeah,
what you had. I know you shared that with me and you had all the addresses. Remember you added a tab onto another sheet that had
yes,
comps, and I thought that was so smart. So yeah, I
yes,
did see the addresses you put on there.
yeah. So, it's around, there is a very, there are like two houses that are exact replica of this. One sold for 285. The other one sold for I think 305 or 310. It's exact replica of this very house. Um, they didn't do like a fantastic job in rehab. So I feel by the time I'm done, it's probably gonna even look better. So I just chose the lower number, which is 280 for my ARV, but I strongly believe it should sell probably slightly higher than 280, maybe around 300 comfortably. Um, so that would give me hopefully an additional 20,000 if all, goes to get as planned. In terms of the repair costs, it's it just like moderate to small rehab that's needed. Some of the bedrooms needed some flooring, so I'm gonna do LVP flooring in all the bedrooms, I mean, and in the entire house because they have like laminate flooring in the living room and tile in the kitchen. I'm changing everything to LVP, and then I'm opening the kitchen walls to make it like an open concept. I'm putting like a 6 foot island somewhere in the middle that could sit 6 to 8 people. So there's enough space for that. And then uh building two bathrooms, brand new two bathrooms. And the countertops, um I'm changing the countertop in the kitchen, but the cabinets are still good. So I'm just going to change some of the fittings and repaint the cabinet. So I won't have to do anything. So comfortably, 29 to 30,000 should finish it. And it's the work has started. It should last 2 to 3 weeks. It should be completed, hopefully by end of next week, stroke upper week. So going back to the numbers, ARV 280K, purchase price 155, so and repair of 30,000, which brings it to 185. So in terms of financing, I'm using hard money lender. I was able to get 90%, you know, loan to cost. So they financing 90%, and the point 2 point, an interest rate of 10.5. I'm not able to put 10.5. Yeah, it's rounded it up to 11. So I was able to negotiate for 10.5. And for the funding gap, I am currently using personal funds for this. So with the closing costs and everything, it comes out to be around 30,000. I came out of pockets. Like, so this amount plus the buying cost, which is around 3,100, and the initial points payment. I think I wired around 30,200 on the day of closing. So I'm planning to, do staging if I'm gonna sell it. So that would bring my total selling cost to around 20,700.
Mm.
So overall, my net profit is around 60,278, which is around 27.4% return on investment.
And that's a total cost ROI, because I thank you for showing us that breakdown. And you guys note that he's using hard money. And you might say, and I see people say this a lot, like the interest rates are so high, so high. I don't want high interest rates. I don't want high interest rates. And you're afraid. But note how his interest rate is over 10%, and he can still make between $60,000 to $80,000. Because when you're working with hard money lenders, it's more like a partnership. No one is ripping anyone off. You know what you're doing, and it is a partnership. If you have all the money, sure, you can go ahead, even though that will be a silly move. But you can go ahead and put it and buy for cash, which I don't think makes sense for ROI or return on investments. But the good thing about this ROI or return on investment is it doesn't have to be your cash. So for instance, Kenny, did you qualify for any business credits? Like if you had to say how much limits you got for business credits, what amounts would that be on average?
So currently I have 3 business credit card, which total to like $74,000.
Exactly. So $74,000, just because I don't want people here saying things like, oh, he's a doctor, so he can afford $30,000 out of pockets. So if you didn't have to bring that $30,000 out of pockets, you have enough credit products to do a no money out of pocket deal, correct?
Correct, yes.
Right?
And I have actually started working on private money lenders just so that, if I have deals that I want to involve them. I currently have 2 people that are willing, they're just waiting for the deal. So I just didn't go with them for now, but I'm looking at other deals that I will involve them. Certainly.
Exactly. There are so many ways to raise money. It's just talking about private money lending. You have credit products, you have lines of credit. There's a lot of ways. So when we say no money down, it's not a gimmick, it's not a trick, it's not a lie, right? We do that all the time. I would prefer to do that. And I think no matter how wealthy or no matter how rich you are, or no matter how much money you have, I still think that if you were leveraging other funds is way better. It means your return on investment is off the roof. So this total cost ROI at 27% return on investment. Usually you don't get that in a lot of places. I don't know, maybe stocks if you're lucky and if it doesn't go down the next day. But in a lot of places, you don't see this kind of ROIs. And the good thing about this ROI is it might not even be this low. It might be way higher. If that money is not coming from you, your ROI is already infinity. that means your ROI, or return on investment, is over $1,000, is over 1,000%, is over 10,000%. That's how ROI works, especially when you're leveraging debt. And I want to thank you so much for sharing this process with us. Okay, so you think you might be going into maybe getting more business credit funding, right? Outside of the private money lending.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely.
If I may share something also
Okay.
relating to leveraging other people's fund, I think it's a very important strategy to build, because there might be the next deal that is coming that can't wait for you to talk to private money lender. So people say something that cash is king. It's a common saying in Nigeria that cash is king. So I would rather have my money at hand because I might see the next deal that is really big that I'm going to make a lot of money from it. And the fact that I have my money to ready for that deal, give me an advantage. Um, at such instance. So I think that's something important to share.
I definitely agree 100%. So was that your advice on funding? Do you have another, or that's really what you have to say, any advice you would give on funding for people who feel like, is there anything additional that you wanted to say on funding?
Yeah, I mean, it's go out there. I was sharing with you, I was able to get this business credits, and if you don't mind, I can share it again here.
Yeah,
I just started this business 3 months ago, and just going through the step-by-step guide. When I got to the week of funding, you said go to your bank. This is how to, open your business credit and, get credit worthiness. So I just went to my bank, Chase Bank. I opened a checking account and I told them to give me a credit card. Immediately, I was approved for $26,000. And about a month later, I was just looking through the app and it showed me that I can increase my,
limit.
what my limit. So I clicked on it, it increased it automatically by 8,000 to 34,000 without doing anything. And then I think a few days after, I was still just checking my account and it showed I'm qualified for another credit card. I mean, I'm not saying people should follow my step. You should be methodical. If you follow Yinka step, it's probably better. But I just applied and they gave me, and I applied for another one and I got it. So can you imagine if I had gone to Experian and applied for like four or five at the same time? I probably might have $200,000, or I don't know how much I could have had. So, so make sure you follow the steps. I think it's important. Everything in life, if you're methodical about it, you're likely to achieve the results that people have achieved in the past.
Thank you for that advice. And yeah, you did everything right. I mean, just going forward, you're going to apply for more. I think you can definitely qualify for $250,000 in funding. I think you're going to be fine getting additional funding. I don't even see any issues with that. If your credit score is borderline right now, try to see what you can do about that. Otherwise, having bad credit is not the end of the world. Okay. There are always ways around things. So let's ask you now, Kenny, about coaching. So, was your coaching program helpful, or what would you say so far about coaching?
Absolutely, 100%. Coaching helped a lot. Number one, I think I'm the type of person that loves step-by-step approach to things. It gave me that push, and the fact that I have the confidence that okay, this is how it is done. If I follow it this way, I will achieve this result. So, coaching really helped me with that. It would take years to get all this information if you're just trying to get it on your own. It will take years before you learn how to analyze deal, to looking on Zillow, to getting business credit. Everything is condensed and presented to you in one place. So nothing beats that. So coaching absolutely helped. Um, One thing I'm also very, very grateful for is, beyond the initial coaching, you can always reach the coaches, you can send them email, they can look over your deal analyzers. And I remember the first deal because I'm also working on another one concurrently. Um, I was on the phone with Coach Dare, and he went through everything, and immediately we were able to save some money. So I went back to my contractor. I was able to negotiate better. And if you see some of the price I put here, it's pretty decent, for someone that is just starting out. I'm not being ripped off by contractor. So the fact that you guys are approachable, I think it's really helpful. And the community, I remember telling you this during the ARA summit. It's mind blowing. The fact that you have like this brotherhood, you have a community of people that you can talk to, you can encourage each other, you can say, oh, this is what I'm doing, this, do you mind doing this? So it's helpful because life could be lonely sometimes if you're just trying to figure out things on your own.
Yeah.
It could be lonely. So it's good when you have people around you that are doing similar things that could tell you, oh, yeah, this is good. I made this, I made that. I think that was helpful. I could go on and on and on, but the coaching is life changing. It's been really helpful.
Thank you so much. Again, the community is great. Like if you're in the middle of or in the if you're in the midst of people who always look down on your progress or are sarcastic or cannot build you or discourage every good thing you do, you can't grow. So you have to change your circle consciously because you need people around you who are doing the same thing, who are aspiring to be better than they are right now. You're working on, I know some of our students here, I know some of you guys are looking at lands right now, you're looking at developments, you're growing, you're aspiring. Sometimes it beats me. I'm like, when I was 3 months into real estate investing, I wasn't dreaming as big as you guys are dreaming, but it's the power of the community. And because you're already dreaming and making steps towards understanding how to do bigger things, I think you'll be there in no time. So if you have a circle that's not helping you right now, you got to change your neighborhood. Okay? Somebody please type change your neighborhood in the comments. Change your neighborhood. I want everybody to type that in there. Change your neighborhood. If you're not around the right people, it's going to affect you negatively. It's like getting into a bad marriage. Okay, because you got to do things together. So if you're in the midst of people who do things the way that you should not be going, I mean, things that don't align with your vision or your dream, then you got to change or move and start to build new relationships that help you grow. Thank you so much for mentioning that. So to talk about this whole thing, if you had to share one piece of advice to anyone starting out in real estate investing, what would that be? One big advice.
Um, I think number one is learn the how. Don't figure it out on your own. Have a mentor, have a coach. It's always helpful. It's going to save you years of hard labor. Um, I think that would be my number one. Number two is, just take the risk. Go
Yeah.
out and do it. Don't wait till tomorrow. Just do it. Yeah, don't wait. Just do it.
I agree. So we go to school without even knowing what's going to happen if you're going to get a job after that. But, when it comes to real estate investing or starting your own business, people hesitate a lot. You're thinking, oh, can I do it? Will I survive it? What if you had 100% chance of doing excellently well? What if you had just a 50% chance of doing excellently well? Would you bet on yourself? So like I said, I will say, just do it. That's amazing advice. Thank you so much for that. Did you have any other thing to add on so far?
No, I think,
Much.
yeah, that's
Good.
all I had here.
Okay, okay, cool. Oh, well, so I invite you all. You can continue to introduce yourself in the comments. Thank you for typing change your neighborhood in there. Mary, thank you. Mary says Yinka and Dara, great mentors. Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much. Thank you for being amazing people. You guys, I wouldn't trade you guys for anything forever. Love you guys so much. All right. And thank you for being here. If you're looking to be a part of the coaching program, It is for you if you're looking to buy, sell, or hold properties for profits. So we'll cover things like wholesaling, fix and flips, constructions, rentals, and strategies like Airbnb, if that's something you're looking to do. It's very newbie oriented. So if you haven't tried this before, I mean, you all around you see people saying in a month I got a deal, even though I had no experience. So it's very simple to digest, newbie oriented, and regardless of where you are, you're gonna be fine, even if it takes 12 weeks rather than 6 weeks to get everything together. You're going to be okay. So don't be afraid. It is newbie oriented. You're going to know how to analyze and choose a property by the third week. Okay. And by the sixth week, you should be able to be ready to do your first deal. So either secure a wholesale deal or fix and flip or a rental deal by the sixth week. That's exactly how we have things organized. Like I said, we have things organized for you, and that way you come in and it's smooth sailing. Well, the thing I have to say about business is when I say smooth sailing, I only mean the process. We make it really seamless for you. But as it is with anything in life, come in with your A game. Be serious about it. If you're not serious, nobody can help you. If you're not if you're not determined to change the way things are, nobody can. So you got to come in with the right attitude and the work mentality. Okay, the work mentality. I mean, he's doing 40 to 60 hours, or I mean 40 to 80 hours a week, and he still is able to do this because there is some form of determination. We don't just want a bunch of people who are not doing anything. We want you to come in if you're ready. If you're ready, you're going to see results. So come in ready. And by the sixth week, you should be up and ready for your first deal. We're going to help you with your LLC setup. It's very important to set up your LLC the right way. Okay. Very important. So if you want to get started, type coaching in the comments. So type coaching in the comments and we'll definitely have a chat with you. The other thing we help you with, like he was mentioning, is business credit setup. So we'll take you through the whole process. We have a very amazing training on that would literally can put 200K in your pocket. Okay, so we'll help you with the business credit setup. And new students actually are typically able to raise around 100K in business credits. I also have lenders on ground that affiliated with our program. So if you're worried about will I get funding and all that stuff, they don't look at your income or tax returns or debt to income ratio. They fund your deals based on the numbers on the property. So we have lenders on ground also within the program. And also, one very new thing, innovative approach we have within the program is our ARA deal flow. So your membership would include nationwide deals that are already pre-analyzed for you. And those deals are estimated to make a minimum of $40,000 in profit. Okay, this is amazing, and it's something very new and something very already we have coaching students picking deals and doing deals. So imagine if you don't have to look for a deal or maybe even imagine if you just have to go into a portal and screen through and see if this deal makes sense for you or not, and just look over the numbers again. So that is also included. So if you want to get started in coaching, type coaching in the comments, and I can't wait to see you all inside. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for sharing that. I love the pictures. I love how you're showing the process. And some people think that Excel sheet is complicated. It's not. It's not. It's really just will show you exactly how to take care of that, even if you are a layman and you've never used Excel sheets before. So don't worry, you're going to be okay. So type coaching in the comments and I'll see you on the next one. Kende, if you want to say bye to everyone. And if you want to type in the comments, please say thank you to Kende for coming and sharing this wealth of knowledge and information with us. These things are happening in the world and you don't have the opportunity to have people give you insider information on good things like this, on highly profitable events like this, but you have all that going on within this group. So this is an opportunity we don't take for granted. Kenny wants to say thank you so much for coming on board out of your busy schedule as a medical doctor, and working a good chunk hours a week, and with fellowship and everything, you still came on board. So I want to say thank you so much for honoring this invite. And that's such a great deal. Wish you the very best with this deal and the next one coming up, which is also highly profitable. Congratulations, and I'll
Thank you.
see you on the next one.
All right, thank you, Inka.
All
Thanks,
right,
everyone.
bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, everyone.